Yeah, so let's talk about sexual harassment today. Amid all the debate around Senate President Akpabio harassment sexually to a female colleague by name Senator Natasha, a very beautiful woman. And I have seen a lot of comment and debate around this topic. I think we just have to lend some voices to this kind of issue so that it will not become normal for things to happen like this, and we begin to give references to how it has happened in the past and nothing has been done about it. You see, sexual harassment is a very, very serious offense in the ideal society. In an ideal society, it's a very, very serious offense. And bringing a claim of sexual harassment again is a serious claim that even you, the accused, and the accuser is as guilty as the offense. The person you are claiming committed this act and you that is making the claim are both guilty of the claim until it is proven. So it is not a one-way thing for somebody to just come up and say, I have been sexually harassed. You are coming with a burden on you to prove beyond reasonable doubt that such thing happened. Let me say this. One of the burden of justice is evidence. The burden of justice is evidence. And if you cannot prove your case with enough evidence to prove that this thing happened, it's as good as nothing has happened. You may have a genuine case. It has happened. Definitely it's happened many times. But because of our inability to gather evidence that will prove our case, we lose out of that kind of case. And that's why I'm saying that anybody who is contemplating to make a case of harassment must take the burden to provide enough evidence. In the case of Senator Natasha, I believe she's highly learned and she understands what she's saying. And I don't think at her level we should take her matter on serious. Fela used to say something. Fela say, who be government teacher? He say na culture and tradition. So our culture and tradition are supposed to shape the conduct of our leadership. And in that case, that is what gives birth to laws that also code of conduct for public officials and some of those things, constitution, bylaws, and other things that guide how leaders should conduct themselves or behave themselves in office. As we are talking right now, I don't know how many of institutions that has been set up by government, like the National Human Rights Commission, like the Code of Conduct Bureau, like even the Ministry of Women Affairs. I don't want to talk about civil society yet, that are paid by government through taxpayers' money to fight for the right of citizens. How many of them can compel the Senate President to step aside for proper investigation? We are not saying that we should be impeached. That's not the case. We are not saying that he's guilty of the offense. No, that's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that for the fact that this issue concerns his integrity as a leader, why not he step aside for 1 week, 2 weeks to give room for proper investigation? If it is found not guilty, he will be restored back to the office, and the person who make that allegation will be punished accordingly. That is how it's supposed to be in an ideal society. But what we are seeing here is a case of you being a judge in your own case, which is quite unfortunate. We need to make our institution to function. The reason why you see high rate of crime and citizens losing hope in their country is because we don't have an inclusive institutions. We keep talking about this institution, people don't really understand what we are saying. Institutions are not inclusive, which means that people don't have confidence in our institution. They cannot run to any of the institutions to say, please, I need a redress. We have the Public Complaint Commission. Go to Public Complaint Commission today. You will not see any citizen near there. Yes, I know the Human Rights Commission, they are doing their best with the little funding. Go and check the budgets. What is the government allocating to that commission for human rights? You will be surprised. You will know that government is not serious. The National Human Rights Commission is supposed to be empowered and given all the necessary tools to fight injustice such as that of Senator Natasha. I am appealing that government should take some of our institutions seriously. They should empower those institutions to function. You cannot come out and say the National Human Rights Commission is not functioning. No, they are functioning, but they are limited in their function. They have not been properly equipped. They have not been properly funded to carry out some of these assignments. So therefore, they are making them weak. Our politicians are making this institution weak so that they can continue to have their way. Can you imagine a citizen whose right has been abused will turn to social media and say, very, very dark man, please come to my aid. And I look at it, I laugh. Very dark man is a citizen just like any other person. Very dark man, or whosoever he is just a young man, is a activist. It's not an institution on itself, but you can see citizens are looking to him to help them get justice. Come to Human Rights Radio and Television, where we have Dr. Ahmed Issa, the honorary president. You will see numbers of people queuing up, begging, crying for justice. But you go to the gates of those institutions that has been commissioned to fight for their rights, you will not see them there because they don't have confidence in them. So you see citizens are losing hope on their institutions. They can't approach it. They can't go there because they cannot find justice. Go to the National Human Rights Commission today. Even though they are doing their best, go and check how many citizens can you see there compared to what you will see in the office of maybe Ahmed Issa on a daily basis. Justice is as core as the health of every society. If people cannot find justice, they can take laws into their hands and they can lose hope in their country. And when they begin to lose hope in their country, they will not be patriotic. And if they are not patriotic, that is what gives birth to crime. That is what gives birth to vandalism of critical infrastructure. That is what gives birth to kidnapping. That is what gives birth to armed robbery. That is what gives birth to all form of antisocial vices that we see around our society today. It's not enough to buy vehicles and arms for police and soldiers to go around. It will not stop crime. It's to strengthen institutions that will be inclusive enough to accommodate the need of our citizens. Those institutions are not created to just function on their own, to just stand alone. They are created to solve problems. And if they are not empowered to solve these problems, it will make a society a failed society. I am appealing to leaders, our leaders, particularly the president and the legislators, those in the judiciary. They should please don't allow this democracy to fail. We must put our hands together and carry out a collective action to ensure that citizens are protected and the society is healthy. Nobody who commits offense should go free, irrespective of your position and in the society. I plead that this case of Senator Akpabio and Natasha should not just be left for civil society women group to stand up for it. Let the institutions that are responsible for it, especially the code of conduct, should call him to order and investigate this issue and ensure that the right of every individual is being respected, including the right of the Senate President. He has the right to be protected as well. Thank you very much for your time, and I wait to get your comment as we move forward. God bless.